President Trump will reportedly be briefed on new military options for the war in Iran, which could include a short and powerful wave of strikes. The prospect of an escalation in the conflict sent oil prices surging to their highest level in 4 years, with Brent crude hitting $126 a barrel at one point.
The head of one of the world's biggest fertilizer manufacturers has warned about the impact of the Iran war on global food supplies. Chief Executive at Yara International told the BBC that the continued closure of the Strait of Hormuz could have a devastating impact on world food production, which he equates to putting around 10 billion meals a week at risk. Let's look at the papers for you this morning. Friday morning, of course, the knife attack in Golders Green on Wednesday continues to dominate. Times has focused on Sir Keir Starmer's pledge to do everything in our power to stamp out this hatred. The Telegraph, front page there, carrying a warning from the Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey, who says its worst-case scenario of a drawn-out war with Iran could see inflation peak at 6.2%. Accessing everyday medicines is the hardest it's ever been for patients in England, as drugs which millions of people rely on are often not available at pharmacies.
Pharmacists say global supply shortages mean that they're spending hours searching for stock of common medicines like antidepressants and HRT. The government payments no longer cover the cost of some drugs.
Donald Trump says that he is unhappy with Iranian proposals to end the conflict, saying negotiations were taking place but were not getting there. 45-year-old man Essa Suleiman has appeared in court charged with the attempted murder of 2 Jewish men and has been remanded in custody. But we begin with those new developments coming out of Washington, where President Trump has been speaking about the Iran war. Mr. Trump says that he is unhappy with Iranian proposals to end the conflict. He said that negotiations were taking place on the phone, but said that they were not getting there. Earlier, the head of Iran's judiciary said that Tehran remained open to talks, but would not accept the imposition of conditions under threats. Well, speaking to reporters at the White House, Mr. Trump said that the options were either to blast Iran away or make a deal.
So they want to make a deal, but I'm not satisfied with it, so we'll see what happens. Iran wants to make a deal because they have no military left, essentially, and they want to make a deal, but I'm not satisfied with it. We have great respect for Pakistan and Islamabad and tremendous respect for the Prime Minister and the Field Marshal, and they're working with us. They continue to work with us, but the trip is a very long one, and we're doing everything in terms of negotiating right now, in terms of the negotiation telephonically. They've made strides, but I'm not sure if they ever get there. There's tremendous discord. They're having a tremendous problem getting along with each other in Iran. The leadership is very disjointed. It's got 2 to 3 groups, maybe 4, and it's a very disjointed leadership. And with that being said, they all want to make a deal, but they're all messed up.
While the ceasefire continues, there are new indications that the US may be preparing to restart military operations as the Strait of Hormuz remains largely closed, peace negotiations having stalled. Now, the latest report suggests that US Central Command has requested the deployment of hypersonic missiles to the Middle East to add to an already enormous military deployment in the region. It comes as the deadline of some 60 days has now passed for the White House to secure authorization from the US Congress to continue the war. And under that legislation, which has existed since the Vietnam conflict, the president is under obligation to withdraw US forces or to seek congressional authorization to fight on. While in Israel, the country's defense minister has warned that the country may have to act again in order to ensure that Iran does not become a threat once again to Israel. Meanwhile, Iran says that it will respond, quote, with long and painful strikes on US bases if Washington renews its attacks. And away from the military, a fresh warning as well from the chief executive of the fertilizer producer Yara, who says that interruption to supplies of fertilizer could put billions of meals a week in jeopardy around the world.